Have you been telling yourself that you want to grow, you want more consistency, you want more progress, you want more discipline, you want to become the woman that you've been daydreaming about this entire time, the woman that you've been imagining this entire time? But then somewhere along the way, you stop showing up for yourself in the same way you were showing up for other people. You stop showing up for your commitments in the same way you would show up to go to work. So you'd rush to go to work, you'll cancel plans just to get this project done and everything, but then you won't cancel the plans to get work done for yourself. You show up for your friends, you show up for your family, you show up for work, you even show up for your haters. But then when it comes to you, you suddenly say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I will do it next month. But then when next month comes, you don't do it. When tomorrow comes, you don't do it. When next week, next year comes, you don't do it. And the problem is not that you are incapable. The problem is that every time you postpone your dreams or you don't show up for yourself, you're just teaching yourself that it's okay for you to give up on yourself. You're teaching yourself that your world doesn't matter. And today we are going to stop that, because your confidence is not built by just you getting more motivation. Your confidence is built when you start honoring the promises that you set out for yourself, when you start keeping those promises to yourself. And you build confidence when you start trusting yourself. You build confidence when you honor your goals and you follow through with the things that you say you're going to follow through on. And then you prove to yourself that I can do it. I've gotten it. I've been there before. I've done that before. I trust myself to complete this. And you become the best version of yourself again. And with this It Girl Bootcamp video today, we are going to get you there. Hi ladies, this is Krista and welcome to the It Girl Bootcamp, where we take off to better ourselves, and we do it without judging ourselves, without being too harsh on ourselves. We do it by just noticing a problem that we have, tackling it on, and then becoming the best versions of ourselves and having a little bit of fun with it. So let's get started in this video. So with point number one, we're actually going to start smaller than you think. The problem with a lot of women is that we create goals that sound impressive, but not goals that we can actually attain and complete and get done. So I want you to start with that small little goal. I want you to ditch the hard, expensive, difficult goals that are going to make you sound good, but you are going to be a little bit afraid to complete them because they're just simply too big. I don't need you to reinvent yourself today. I want you to start as small as keeping that one promise. One promise is all you need. So go to the gym. When you said I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times this week, or even if it's 1 time this week, get up, lay your clothes out the night before or the few hours before, and go to that fitness center and go work out. You only need one promise, so go ahead and take that one walk, go ahead and complete that one assignment, go ahead and complete that one thing that you know you can give yourself and that you can keep the promise of giving to yourself. And you know what? When you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how big or small, you are reminding yourself that your world matters. And one small promise that is consistently delivered is better than 10 big promises, or even better than one big promise that is undelivered, that is unfulfilled, you see. So those smaller habits actually become bigger habits. So in point number one, I want you to go ahead and start with one promise that you are going to keep to yourself for yourself today. And you know what? I want you to write it in the comments. And a great thing that I also want to notice is that there's a book that helped me with this, and that book was called Atomic Habits. I can't remember the name of the authors, but if you just look up Atomic Habits, you will find that book. And it talks about how just small little increments of steps, decisions, and actions turn into really big compounded results. So go ahead, if you can, read that book. But if you can't read that book, that's okay. In this It Girl Bootcamp, I just want you this week to keep one promise to yourself. Now let's move on to point number two in how you're going to achieve and become the best version of yourself, that it girl. And in point number two, I want you to understand yourself. A big part of self-improvement is to understand how you naturally operate. For example, I realized recently that I am a sprinter, not a long distance marathon runner, in all aspects of my life, or at least in many aspects of my life. So what I mean by that is I can put high efforts and intense work into something, and I need a few months, a few weeks, or a few days off. And I think that's actually why I work as a contractor. I never just put the two pieces together. But now that I think about it, I notice that I can work every single day for weeks and months at a time, and then I also need to take a huge chunk of days off to myself so I can relax and rest and just do whatever it is that I want to do. And you might be the same way too, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you know who you are, you can easily attain your goals, because you can say, you know what, I can do that, or you know what, that does not sound like me. Of course, sometimes you might have to adapt yourself and shift yourself a little bit, but in the ways and times that you can actually embrace yourself, go ahead and learn and understand yourself so that you can actually embrace yourself, you see. Or you might be different. You might be someone who can constantly do something for long periods of time. I know people who have had the same job for 30, 40, 50 years, and then they retire and they're really happy, and then the retirement is their fun. I can't operate like that. I don't know, my brain just tells me, girl, you never know when you're gonna leave this earth. You're gonna sprint, output the most you can, and then you need to rest. Although I'm not like that, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being who you are, with maintaining who you are, and finding a lifestyle that actually fits that, you see. So whatever your personality is, the goal is not for you to fight yourself. So you might be someone who thrives off of a steady routine, constant or consistent life, and that's great. You might be someone who overcommits but you can deliver right away, or you might be a perfectionist who spends a lot of time planning but not so much time doing, and that's okay. You can be a storyteller, you can be a writer, whatever it is. I want you to understand yourself so that you can truly live the life you want in your own way, on your own terms, you see. Because the woman you're trying to become, the woman we're building here, the ultimate it girl, she's not working on someone else's routine. She's working on a routine that works for her. She's working on her own routine, you see. So go ahead and find your own routine and figure out what that is, and then maintain it. But remember, in steps 1, start with one promise within that routine. So now let's move on to point number 3. And point number 3 is stop waiting until you feel ready. A lot of time we are waiting for confidence before we start and go do the thing. We're waiting for something. I want you to start the thing. If you've thought about it, you've journaled about it, you've laid out somewhat the plans on it, then I want you to go do it. Sometimes we as women, I've been guilty of it, we wait until we are confident before we can commit. No, when you thought about that plan, that workout goal, that dream, start the first step, but start small, but start anyway. So if you're like, I want to lose 20 pounds, I don't want you to say, I want to lose 20 pounds when I have the cutest workout outfits and then I'm gonna start working out. Start the process now. So maybe cut out alcohol, or maybe start walking today, now, one thing, but right away. Now is the time. We don't know what tomorrow's gonna happen. If you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow or next week until I start walking every day, who knows if the roads are gonna be closed? Who knows if you're gonna be able to walk tomorrow? But today we know you're gonna be able to walk, so go ahead and start now. Don't wait until you start committing to the promises for you. It's for you, it's not for everyone else. You see, if you go ahead and you commit to other people, the same way you get up, you brush your teeth, you get ready to go to work, go ahead, brush your teeth, wake up, take the step for you. I believe in you, and I want you to start believing in yourself to start now with you. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for confidence or the perfect motivation. Just start, because the perfect moment rarely arrives, and the confidence is here when you can prove it. The confidence is here after you've honored the commitments, you see. Because think about it, you're not going to get the tree if you didn't plant the seed. And confidence works the same way. You're not going to be confident because you worked out once. You're gonna be confident because you woke up at 5 a.m. and worked out because you said you would. You did it for 3 days in a row. You did it for 1 week in a row. You did it 3 days in a row for 3 months in a row. And then your brain starts to think, well, you know what? I've done this before. I can do it again. You're not going to be confident when you've posted one video, but you are going to be confident when you've posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even for me, when I'm creating my YouTube, some of my videos suck. You ladies have seen my early videos. They were so bad, and something was always wrong. Either the sound, my hair was out of place, something was always wrong. But you know what? I kept showing up, and the more I showed up, the more better I got. The more I showed up, the more I grew, and the more I showed up, the more you showed up too, because I started believing in myself, you started believing in me. And that's exactly how confidence works. So I want you to keep the promise before you start seeing the results, and soon enough you're going to start to see the results. So now let's move on to point number 4. And point number 4 is going to be, stop competing with your past self. You're not there. And ladies, I kid you not, I mean no harm, but sometimes I will meet people, men and and women, and they will show me pictures and videos of what they were doing when they were in their 20s and now they're in their 40s. They will show me videos of things that they've done 10, 20, 30, sometimes 40 or even beyond years ago, and they look nothing like it. I've had people show me photos and videos of themselves when they were catalog supermodels, when they were race car drivers. Now they don't own the race cars, they're not keeping their body up like a model would, yet they're showing me these photos, and I don't know what they want me to think of it, because part of me doesn't believe them. Maybe they photoshopped it, because I don't see the proof. So the thing is, ladies, I want you to stop competing with your past self. I want you to stop reminiscing about the past. It's already gone, it's already done. You learned something. Now use what you've learned and apply it to the now. I want you to stop looking at the old photos, looking at the old memories, could've, should've, would've, have been, or whatever. Now you are in the now. Now I want you to take the steps to commit to yourself now. Commit to yourself today and tomorrow and now and later, and keep going. That is the only way you will believe you, and that's frankly the only way I will believe you. So if you know me in real life, or if you've seen me in real life, I don't want you to say, oh, I used to do this, or I used to be this. I want you to say, I've done this, maybe I've fallen short a little bit, but this is the steps I'm taking to get back on track. Then I'll believe you. Then I'll actually start to believe in you, and then I'll actually be proud of you. And another reason why I don't want you to compare yourself to your past self is that back then you might have different circumstances. So you might be showing me pictures of you when you were a size 0, or you might be looking at pictures of yourself when you were a size 0, a size 2. But back then you had a different metabolism. Back then all you had to worry about was school and food and your body. But now you might be a parent, so you might not have time. You might be a professional, so you definitely don't have time. If you're a parent or professional, you have to get work done, then keep a household. If you're a wife, or whatever the circumstances are, you might even have more bills, more stress, or whatever that you have now that has accumulated. So the more you're comparing yourself to your old self, the more you're actually giving yourself a disadvantage, because not only are you not there, but maybe back then you had more advantage. So the only thing that you could do is to be the best version of yourself. When I was in my teenage years, I slept a lot. I slept 9, 12-hour days, of course, because I needed that to grow, but also I didn't have a job. But now I can't call somebody and say, you know what, I used to sleep 9, 10-hour days. I was so rested. Well, now I have a job, I have a household to keep, I have things to do, I have car payments, I have rental payments, I have my parents to take care of, I have to take care of my mom. I have so much to do that sometimes it's harder for me to get that 9, 10-hour sleep, and heck, sometimes it's even hard for me to get that 7 hours of sleep. I've been working a conference lately, and I kid you not, I've been sleeping 5 hours. I've been coming home, editing videos, submitting to deadlines that I have to submit, working the conference, keeping a social life. It's been so difficult. So again, if I were to sit and just say, you know what, when I was a teenager, I used to get 9, 10, 12 hours of sleep. Well, of course, that was the only thing I could do. I only had to go to school, submit an assignment, and that's it. But now the responsibility and the stakes are higher. So me comparing myself to my past self is a disadvantage, and it's quite frankly an insult. So every time you do the same, every time you compare yourself to your past self, it might also be an insult, you see. And you might even be at a completely different season of your life. I'll give you an example. When I was in my early 20s, I used to date someone, and they had this beautiful apartment overlooking Manhattan, and it was beautiful. We had doormen, housekeepers, we had a great life. But you know what, I was so sad. He treated me so badly sometimes that I would cry, and I would also drink wine. I would drink Dom Perignon for breakfast at 8 a.m. I was miserable. So every time I would look at pictures of that time period of my life, yeah, I looked good, I had it all. It seemed like I would spend the summers in the Hamptons and had fun, but I was deep down awfully miserable. So when you are comparing yourself to your old self and you want your old life back, I want you to want the whole thing back. If you wouldn't take the whole thing back, the sadness, the loneliness, the depression, the whatever awful thing came along with it, then you truly don't want it back. So stop living in that imaginary life, because what it is that your memory is also showing you things in rose-colored glasses. You're not only looking at the past, you're only looking at the highlight. You're only looking at the imaginary part that you thought was great. But honestly, I guarantee you, most likely it probably wasn't even that great. So stop romanticizing your past. Maybe you're remembering how good you looked, but you're forgetting how bad you felt. Okay, so you're not in the past anymore, you're in the present moment. Stop comparing yourself to the past version of you, and with all the knowledge, all the information that you have now, start working and building yourself now. Start keeping the promises that you have for yourself now, and I promise you, you will be so much more proud of who you are because you can actually be living in it, you see. So I want you to remember that every season has its blessings and its challenges, and I don't want you to compete with your past version of yourself. I want you to learn from her and build a better life for yourself. So now let's move on to point number 5, and point number 5 is I want you to build evidence. Every promise that you keep to yourself is evidence. Evidence that you can trust yourself. Evidence that you can finish the things that you created, that you set out to finish. Evidence that you can do it because you've seen yourself do it time and time again. So go ahead, ladies, and create that evidence. Keep creating the evidence that you can grow, because sometimes we think confidence is something that we need to find, but confidence is actually something that we build. So go ahead and build that evidence for yourself. You build it in that workout. You build it in that saying no to that bad food, saying no to that bad friend, saying no to that bad date, saying no to things that are bad for you, and saying yes to the things that are good and great for you. Every choice, every time you decide to rest and you actually follow through and rest instead of doom scrolling on social media, every time you choose growth over distraction, you are collecting evidence. Evidence that you are someone who can actually follow through. So go ahead and prove it. Go ahead and prove that you can follow through. And then you know what? You're going to start seeing yourself different. You're going to start putting some respect on your name, ladies. And that's what I want for you. And you know what? Next time someone looks at you and say, oh my God, you're so confident. You're not going to say, oh yeah, I look confident. You're going to say, darn right, I did it. I created that evidence. I kept going. These are the bricks that I've laid out for myself. I've built this brick by brick. You can prove it because you have the evidence that you've created, not for everybody else, but for you. So today I want you to keep one promise, not 10, just one. And then you know what? I want you to keep it today. I want you to keep it tomorrow. I want you to keep it continuously so you can have proof, so that you can have evidence, so that you can trust yourself, you can believe in yourself, so that you can continue to have confidence in yourself. Proven confidence in yourself. I want you to become the person who can rely on herself. The same way people rely on you and you don't let them down, I want you to be able to rely on yourself and not let yourself down. You're capable of it. You've done it for other people. Now it is time for you to do it for yourself because you deserve it. And remember, ladies, I don't want you to compete with your past self. I want you to remember her, learn from her mistakes, thank her for her time, and then go do better, and then go be better. Because the woman you're building here is not a woman who needs to know who she was. She needs to know who she is, and she needs to have proof that she knows who she is, and she can tell you through her actions, through her commitment, through her self-respect. She also just needs to become who she's capable of becoming now. All right, ladies, I believe in you, and I also want you to believe in yourself. And as always, here with the Feminine Takeoff, we take off to better ourselves. Mwah.